All right, everything's on record. Yo, we're about to go ahead and get started. We're going to start again. Like I said, we're going to start with a beast this morning, y'all, to get you guys ready because we're going to go ahead and go over what after he has to say. We're going to go ahead and break it down a little bit more, and then we're going to go ahead and go into our affirmations. And yo, God bless you. Pray this hope you have a good day and have this on your mind all day.
This was the top songs ever.
Need a professional logo for your brand? I've used the new Wix logo maker to create one for my startup. I'll show you how.
That means be better because it's going to show me where you're adapting, right? And then I can show you stop adapting here, stop compromising here, and you need to do this. But you're sending out a free message, and then the hidden message is on the third time I want you to pay. That's not fair to them. They should know the expectations up front. And you shouldn't be afraid if you tell them the truth and how much it costs that they're not going to want it. You feel me? That's what you feel like. You feel like, I know, the test is real. It's real. So I know, so you feel like, well, if I tell them $400,000, they're going to say no. If they say no, then they're not your sheep. They're not your sheep in the first place. Your sheep know your voice and they will come running. Your sheep know your voice and they will come. You understand? So that's why I'm not on the internet going, it's 2 days left. Come quick, buy a ticket. I only want my sheep in the room in the first place. I don't want strangers coming in listening to me. I know how to get an extra 500 people to come in the room. That's not what I want. What I want is my sheep because I'm going to be able to help them. You understand what I'm saying? So you go in there with knowing the value. You better start looking in the mirror. Give her your the affirmation things you do. I want you to start doing those.
Yo, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yo, that's how we're going to start the day out. Executing. Yo, I do apologize for those that was watching on. I had to go ahead and cut my recording short on Facebook. For some reason, it was not working today. It worked real good all this week, but it just the one day. Technology ain't been working for me today. So excuse me for that. This will be put on Facebook and recorded and edited later. However, man, to come back after he ain't even here and I feel it. What he was talking so deeply. And it's making me even try to sweat to even say something a little bit, right? Nah, it ain't even like that. But yo, I just want to come back and say this. What are you doing that's hindering you? Okay? What are you doing that's hindering you? Excuse me. Let me go ahead because there's some background music that I don't want to hear, but the Lord I pray, shield, protect them from hurt, harm, and danger, oh God. Whatever's going on, bless them to be able to survive it, overcome, and adapt. But I just want to say, what are you doing to hinder yourself in business, in your life, in your mind? What are you doing? We all have things that want to hinder us. And I looked at the numbers before I played that video. It is 12%. It is 12% of people in life execute what they want to do, execute that good relationship, execute recovering that relationship. Execution is not for everybody, okay? It's not for everybody. I got up late. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I got up late today because I was executing all night long. I was resolving issues in my own life. And after I got done knocking out those issues in my life, I went up editing all the rest of the night till 4 a.m. I was not a person to execute. I'm going to let you know that now. My sister will tell you that. I was not an executor. That was not my life. I was not a person of working on excellence within my life. I am now. Once you become a person of execution, it's crazy. It really is. Your life changes. I wasn't a person to execute all the time at all. But it took so many times hitting my head over and over and over again on a rock. So I cracked it wide open and I was like, oh, now I'm bleeding. I want to pay attention. So you know what I did? Put the bandages on my hair and I start executing. Because you're more fulfilled in life when you execute. I'm not saying that you're going to execute on everything starting out. And I'm not saying that I am a good executor, but I had to start somewhere. So when you start executing, things change. As you see, he was doing things for free. And people were getting knowledge and information for free. And he was like, you know what? It's time to execute a little bit differently. I got a family to feed. It's time for me to go ahead and level up a little bit more. So what are you going to do to count the cost for you to actually move up, to grow? There was a preacher that I used to listen to, and he said something. I'm going to tie it all together in a second. Preachers don't pop up, they grow up. Preachers don't pop up, they grow up. Heard this when I was like 14 or 15 years old, and I'll never forget it. They have to go through a process before they're even in the limelight. Some of them start off as deacons. Some of them start off in different areas in the church. But they have to execute as a deacon. They have to execute maybe as an usher. They may have to execute as, just giving. And they have to go ahead and keep going in the office that they're put in until they get into the office they want. So what are you going to do to become a person of execution? You have to execute. You got to execute. Once you start executing, things change. They may come from a deacon, then they may go to an evangelist position. They may even go to another hospitality. They may start off in hospitality and they work their way up. But they have to prove themselves. Everything has a cost. Everything you have to do, you have to start is the most important thing. And practice. Once you start doing that, you start executing, you develop yourself, because you have to develop yourself if you want to get paid for something. That's what he had to do. He had to condition people for free. And now he's like, okay, I have enough content now. I have enough people under me to actually go ahead and like, okay, I'm going to start charging. It's time. Your niche may not be speaking or motivation, so you're charging at a certain rate. I'm going to let you know that now. It may not even be speaking. For him, it was. And you're wanting to charge people more for your niche. You may have started off doing photography, starting off at $50, $100. You have to recondition those people to say, look, my prices are going to go up. You can go ahead and want some ways that you can actually develop that a little bit better. you can actually email your customers, your clients. Once you start, you have your email letters, you have all that. Let them know in advance. Don't just do it just up in front, because when you do it up front like that, you cannot, it's going to be friction. People like to know stuff in advance, right? I know I do. I love when I get stuff in advance, because then I can plan for it. Once you are able to plan for it, then you're like, okay, I already know this in advance, that what's about to happen. So make it important to you, because your clients are important. Your relationship is important. That, yo, we at this level, it's time to take it up to the next one. And you build and you structure. Once you start structuring that way, then you're like, okay, all right. You'll see it. So, yo, that's this morning's little touching on that this morning. I love the way Eric Thomas built himself up, and he had those mentors, how to be able to execute. Because again, not everybody are executors. In every field, there is a coach. In anything you do, there is a coach. You want to start blogging, there's a coach for that. Excuse me, for blogging or vlogging. If there's something you want to do as a motivational speaker, there's a coach for that. So get the coach you may need. If Denzel, all right, Denzel still pays for an acting coach. Denzel Washington, you know, Mr. Denzel, Malcolm X, Equalizer, 1, 2, 3 might come out. We still gonna watch it just because it's Denzel, because he's that sweet. But he has a coach. If he makes millions, and he's a very successful actor, one of the highest, most paid actors, has a coach, and he's successful. Warren Buffett had to have a coach after he got all his money, and he wanted to keep his money. He got a coach. So remember, sometimes you got to have a coach to be able to go through and develop yourself. But yo, we're about to go ahead and start affirmations this morning. Okay. We're about to go ahead and start affirmations this morning. I want you guys to text it. I want you guys to talk about affirmations this morning with me. So I'm about to unlock my phone. I start off with my affirmation every single morning. Again, I do apologize for the lateness, being a little bit late, because I pride myself on being on time. And being on time, I love to be early. I want somebody to read their affirmation this morning.
All right. Well, I don't actually have them written down. So.
If you don't have it written down, that's fine. If you want to record yourself and listen to it every day.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing too, is if you don't have them written down, to actually record yourself saying it, because then you got proof. It's your voice.
Absolutely.
But go ahead.
All right. I am faithful. I am committed. I am blessed. I am amazing. I am a child of God. I am a wife. I am a successful business owner. I am impactful. I'm contagious. Money comes to me easily and flows to me. I am a creator. I am creative. I am blessed. I am truth. I am peace. I am abundance. I am powerful. I am an inventor. I am the best in the digital marketing space. I am sought after. People seek after me for my services and my ideas. I am a harvester. I am an evangelist. I'm a missionary. I'm a world changer. I'm an atmosphere shaker. I am light. I am honorable. And I am made in the image of God. I am a God. I am a builder. I'm a homeowner, and I am an amazing landlord. Nothing lacking and nothing missing. There you go.
It's very important that we do this. It's very important that we show that we're grateful. It's very important that we show that, one, that you're putting it out in the universe. Okay? You're putting out your affirmations in the universe. After you do that, after you do your affirmations, then you have to be grateful, because you understand you're abundant in your affirmations. What you tell the universe, it has to come back to you. However, for it to come back with the law of attraction, you have to act upon it like you already received it. So you receive it, you believe it, and now if you want to achieve it, you have to actually act upon your actions. Have to match up what you say to the universe. You want to have a good relationship. Well, time to act like it, to put in that work. It's not easy having a relationship. Relationships aren't easy. Families aren't easy. But you got to put in work. It's sometimes even hard to do, especially how people react, the way people are. But it's important to work on it. And if you don't work on it, there's a reason why things happen. When you are ungrateful, you lose what you have. Are you telling me I lost my grandmother, my father, my mom, my sister, my brother, because I was ungrateful? That I cannot tell you. But if you feel that way and it hits you, say ouch and do better. My job is not to tell you that you lost your family because you were ungrateful. But if you felt like you was ungrateful, do better. Do better. Because we all have to go one day. We all have a time to expire. What are you going to do between hello and goodbye? That's all on you. I can't tell you how to live your life. I can't tell you, yo, if you don't do this, your life is not going to be that way. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to uplift you. But I will tell you this: if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. And if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. True facts. If you work at your relationship and you have the person that you said you want to love and be with forever, okay? Then work at it together. If you both ain't working on it, well, maybe it ain't for y'all to be together. We stay in relationships because of comfortability. We do. We go through things like that because we choose to go through things. And I'm talking through experience. There is no reason that we should put up with anything that puts us down. We're very emotional beings. I don't care how much emotional you are. I don't care how many times you don't try to show your emotions. You are an emotional being. But don't let your emotions run you. You can't let your emotions kill your dream or your vision for your life. Because if you do, there's consequences, good and consequences that are bad. You have to understand that you are embodiment of emotions. Even the person that says they're a cold cut killer, there's a reason like they're that way. There's certain emotions that are attached to that. I don't know if you really realize that there's still emotions that's there, but it's not on the surface. When somebody becomes who they are, they're cold as ice. That's still an emotion. They're nothing but anger, bitterness, hatred. Those are still emotions. They're cut off to the world. They feel like they're dead. Those are still emotions. And once we really get that, we are actually emotional beings, even when we're cold as ice, that's still an emotion. These emotions make us and develop us into who we are. And we really have to realize that. That's why it's important to say these affirmations to yourself daily and consistently. That I am. Whatever you say after the words I am comes back and follow you. Just like the Bible says, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Well, guess what? All the days of your life until you tell your story, until it changes what you tell yourself every single day, it's not going to change and your life is going to suck. Anything that's put out in the universe, any and everything, whatever you tell yourself late at night in your head, echoing when you're going to sleep, those things are going to come back to your subconscious mind because those are your inner thoughts. Those are the depths of your mind. So I want you guys to think about that. What are you telling yourself? But we are about to go over charts. I pray that I was able to help somebody today. Everybody knows my pair. Excuse me. I need to go ahead and stop the video real quick. I need to use the restroom. Terry, I'm going to let you take over. Okay. You there? Terry.
All right.
Yep, I'm going to let you take over. I need to use the restroom for a moment. And go ahead and take it away. But before you do, I just want to get you guys one thing. This young lady, she's my sister. She's been a blessing in my life. She's been a person that's been a ride or die. When they say ride or die with family, she is the epitome of the strength of ride or die. I tell you, she's been awesome. She's a person of great value. She encourages me all the time. She's the reason I trade. Give it up for my sister, Terry Bell. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you. All right, so let me share my screen. And we will go look at on TradingView. Trading. All right. Let me see if I can move this around a little bit. There we go. All right, so we're looking at the Audi JPY pair. This got marked up on Monday. Let's see what what's going on this chart. We are on the 1 hour chart, and looks like the strategy that I trade is called Mondays. The Mondays. TradingView getting a little forceful with their little stuff. 20. All right, Mondays, so we'll know. So the white candles, the white boxes that I've already marked up, those are the Mondays. Those are the left shoulders. And on Tuesday, I believe, Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember. We kind of already marked this up, and it's actually doing exactly what I want quite nicely. So let's just move this down even more. And I just move the head of the inverted head and shoulders down to compensate where the price has gone. So let's see what happened here. We already got our left shoulder that formed with the Monday. It broke out of the questions that are asked is what side of Monday did price break out of? We broke out of the bottom of Monday. And then it went to the high of Monday, which started to create the head. Price dropped lower than the low of Monday, exactly what we wanted to do. And actually dropped quite nicely. Let me see why. Yeah, so basically, if we look to the left, it went exactly where it had went in the past. So it had dropped down. It should go back up very soon. Yeah, I think that it's going to go back up, which it's already doing. All right, and so all we need is 30 pips. And the way in which I would trade this is I already laid these support and resistance lines down. So I probably wouldn't trade this until we got above this support line or this resistance line. Once we get on top of it, it'll be a support. But yeah, once we once it crosses over or closes above, then I would start my journey of buying the market. And you only need 30 pips again. So that is that. Let's see if any other things we can find any more head and shoulders. So this one right here is already complete. As you can see, came out. It kind of like came out, went to the tested the high of Monday, but ultimately it dropped to the bottom of the Monday, which created an inverted head and shoulders. And that's already complete. Let's check this one out here. Excuse me. Again, this is the left shoulder. Price broke out of the bottom of Monday. So now we're looking for an inverted head and shoulder. It did drop below. It did drop below the low of Monday. Came all the way down here. Went up. Pulled back a little bit. Went up. And now what we're looking to see is if the head actually retested the neckline. If price retested the neckline, excuse me, because that will form the head, and it has not retested the neckline. So price has not been back up here. So this one is still open. Let me see if I marked up another one. This one, of course, came out of the top of the Monday, left shoulder. So now we're going to be looking for a regular head and shoulders. We want to see where price would have tested the neckline, and it has not dropped that low either. So those two actually are not complete, and they're still open. Let's go check out gold. XAU, USD, which is gold. Let's see what gold is doing. First, you want to identify where price is at. So price is here. And all this is market structure, you guys, that we're doing. Market structure just makes it a lot easier. You don't have to use indicators necessarily to figure out what's happening in the market. I want to delete this, but I think my little box is hiding. Here we go. All right, so I'm actually going to clear this chart and remove indicators. Oops, got to turn off my water. Just 1 second. I had to turn off my water for my tea. Oh, did I put remove indicators? That's not good. I didn't mean to do that. That sucks. Isaac, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Here's Let me see. Monday candles. I deleted my
What was that?
said I deleted my indicator.
If you go back, get out of that real quick. There should be air goes by replay.
Replay. Here.
Right next to it is an undo key.
All right, cool. About to have a fit, boy. Like, no. This is my saving grace. But I did want to remove the drawings. I have not had my tea this morning. Need to buy me some new tea. Because all I got is blueberry, and I don't really care for blueberry tea. All I got is blueberry.
Fruits and berries, fruits and berries.
Blueberry.
And while she's setting up the charts, just want to go ahead and talk about a few things while she's setting up the chart. That when you're actually building your charts, it's easy to be able to do it. It's harder to talk about it. So for a lot of people, they say like, why does it take so long to break things down? It's because when you're giving information versus just receiving it and just applying it, when you're teaching, that's another different type of beast. Okay, y'all. And to be able to do this, it takes a lot out of you. And I am grateful that we can do this as a family. To me, and being able to give content every Monday through Friday, it's not easy. So once you become really good at something, apply it, get really good, then try to bring either your spouse or someone that to see if you can teach it, to see if it makes sense to them. And once you're able to do that, the information. I'm not telling you to teach it to everybody and teach it, after this, start doing this. No, what I'm telling you to do is practice, 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 perfect practice. Because if you can teach it and somebody understands, the information. But if you can't teach it and you don't know the information, it'll show up. Don't let that be a point of, for you, a setback. Let that be a moment of, okay, I just need to tweak a couple things and really get into the trenches a little bit more. And it's okay to do so. And this is where this came about, of us doing this Monday through Friday, is to get better at what we do every day, to be able to sharpen our tools, to be able to structure the market, and being able to talk about this. And because of that reason, we've been seeing success even more. But go ahead and take over, Terry.
All right, perfect. All right, so lay down a Fibonacci, and I don't feel like I'm teaching right now. I just kind of feel like just because I guess in my head, that's not my priority. So I'm just talking through. I'm just having a conversation. It's not in my heart to teach right now. So
that's I get that.
If you want to call it teaching, kudos to you.
But that's all a teacher does. If you think about it, a teacher, if they don't have any students, all they're doing is talking through their own plan.
Okay. I'm not saying that I'm afraid to teach it. I'm just saying that I took the responsibility off of me. I'm just trying to perfect the skill, not trying to teach. That's what I'm saying. All right.
But you're teaching yourself, so we'll just put it that way.
Sure. Oops.
You hungry, Ziggy? I guess you smashing over there. I hear you over there. Come here. Come here.
All right, now what is it?
Up here. I know the co-star, one of the other co-stars is right here.
Wiggy, wiggy.
What's up, buddy? How'd you sleep?
Ziggy is so funny, man. I remember when he was Keisha reminds me of this as well. When he was a puppy, and I think I was on my computer late, and it was like dark in the room, and I may even have been on the phone or something to that extent, but the light was obviously bothering him, and he was ready to go to sleep. So, so what he did was first of all, he was making a lot. He was making it known that like it was bothering. In the world.
Yeah, he looking at you while you talking about him.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. Like you gonna talk about me online
I
right
can't see him because I'm trying to do this.
He's like, you just gonna talk about me? You gonna let her talk about me? Yeah.
Right, cool. Yeah. So then, so what happened was he. Okay, there we go. All right. So this is what happened. So like the light's shining, and he kept moving around or doing something weird, making noises, and I couldn't figure out what he was trying to do. And so finally, like I went over there with my flashlight, and this guy had and I had him laying on a pillow, and so he opens the pillowcase up, gets inside the pillowcase, and his nose is hanging out the pillowcase, and you can't see his body.
That's how it is, guy. Really? That's how it is.
It was so funny. Like, I was cracking up. I'm just boxing up the Mondays that I'm gonna look at. Excuse me. It was hilarious to me. Yeah, it was so hilarious to me. Because it was like his personality. Like, dude, I'm trying to sleep. You're making noise, and you should have seen. It reminded me of like Little Red Riding Hood, like where the wolf's nose is like hanging out of the
off the bed.
Right. So yeah, I had to laugh at that.
But I do love Ziggy because he'll tell you exactly what he wants though. Mm-hmm. Because like he knows where the food is at. Like he'll flip over the bowl, or he'll go into the kitchen. Yeah, he'll talk to you. Rocky don't do that. All I hear is rah, 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 and just stand in the same position.
Ziggy will bang the bowl. He will flip it up. You know he's thirsty. he'll let you know. Like, dude, I'm thirsty. Like, what are you doing
in here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what you want? Run right to the bowl, flip it over. Exactly which one too? It'll be either the water bowl or it'll actually be the food bowl, and I'll know which one it is.
Wow. All right, so we're on gold. We're marking up the Mondays. This can work for gold as well. So three questions that we ask ourselves. Try to use Isaac's advice and write out my 3 questions. 3 questions. Actually, I'll just go like this. 3 questions. Maybe down to about like
24. I think that was 24, 28.
3 questions. Okay. All right, and then I'll get me another one. I probably should have made that bigger, but it's fine. 3 questions. All right. We'll make this a little bit smaller. maybe like 12 or something. And so the first question is, what side of Monday? That's the first question. So we're asking, what side of Monday did price break out of? The next question that we're going to ask is, if price retested the neckline, and then the last question is, if the right shoulder has formed. Okay, so those are our 3 questions. And I'll just move them here. All right, so we box up the Monday. The bottom of the box is the low of Monday. The top of the box is the high of Monday, which is right here. And so what we're looking to see is, where did price break out of? Obviously, it broke out of the bottom. It came down here to this support line and shot back up to, let's see where they end up. It did not make it to the neckline, so it continued on, and then it did surpass the neckline. So okay, oops. This being the left shoulder, and once it surpasses the neckline, oh, I should have told you as well. So once it breaks out the bottom, then we're looking for the inverted head and shoulders. And I like to remind myself of what the inverted head and shoulders looks like. And look, it pops up because it's used to me doing this. So look at images, and then let me go ahead and grab an inverted. These ones don't really look good. Here we go. So hopefully you can see that. Let's make it bigger, maybe. Is it my computer making all of this? Yes, so. All right, so inverted head and shoulders.
I know that they're doing some work outside. It could be the outside work that you're hearing.
No, it kind of sounds staticky, like boiling water, but I turned off my pot, so. So anyway, so the left shoulder, inverted left shoulder looks a lot like this, and then of course the head of the comes further than the shoulders. You have the 2 shoulders on each side, and this is what you call an inverted head and shoulders. So that's what we're looking for in this particular trade. So left shoulder here didn't come all the way up, but so I would, so this right here basically is the left shoulder. Let's see what the market continued to do. Nothing else has happened, so that one is still open. So on this one, this is from this week. What's happening is it came out of the top of the Monday, and now we're gonna look for a regular head and shoulders. And so The regular head and shoulders is just basically the inverted head and shoulders that was flipped upside down. So we'll wait on that.
You got me looking at head and shoulders today, and I got a big one that's popping off right now.
So you got one?
Yeah, look up Euro JPY 4-hour chart.
You could just take over the screen. Because I've looked at these two. These are the ones that I like to look at.
That's what I was looking at it just a minute ago. I'm like, you know what? This one is really, really big versus the other one. So we got this going on. Let me put it in the 4-hour chart. Got to zoom out for this one. Right? It's still just coming down for the head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna really quick, just horizontal line. Actually, that's too low. Excuse me. That needs to go up here because that's the neckline. I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh. I was like, oh, shoot.
Oh, you funny.
I was like, good God, look at that head and shoulders. I was like, good God almighty, Lord have mercy. So you got your left shoulder.
Let me see exactly what you do.
Head. Sheesh.
All right, let me get back on. I was trying to mark up my chart. All right, let's see what you got.
Shoulder is not formed yet.
Right. Oh, that is a nice one. You're not using Mondays. You're just doing head and shoulders.
Yep. I'm just doing head and shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
The market is going down right now, y'all. Like straight up. Like, and I can just mark it. I can mark it up as I go, going down, and going down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these zones as entry points that I've created over time as entry points. That way I can make money going up, going back up and going back down. Gotta love when a plan comes together.
That's true.
But practice, like I tell people, doesn't matter how advanced you are. This is a double. Is that a double? No, that is the highest point. Okay. You gotta still practice. You can practice many of them, but you gotta get sweet with one. Let me make sure y'all see me on this one. It's cool. No, yeah, it's up cool. It's cool to actually have a lot of knowledge and apply it. Okay? Because that's how knowledge is power. When you apply knowledge is power. Now, doing too many things at once can become chaotic because you're not a master. Now we're talking about mastery now. Now that you've applied the knowledge, stick to one way you're going to trade for a month. I like to do it like that. I give myself a structure for a month. I challenge myself. Sometimes I take breaks. I'll go on my demo account and I'll go ahead and knock it out. I am about to get it. I'm about to get in this trade very, 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 very soon, which is going to be later today after I go ahead and look at this a little bit thoroughly about what the market is doing in the past. But to fund my account and actually get into this chart. So that's definitely right there. And you see the little mini one. It completed.
Nice.
The mini one completed. It's going to create head and shoulders all the way down. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to see that sometimes looking at a bigger picture will help out. So stick to one thing. For me, I stick to one pair and I stick to one strategy. Go ahead.
Why do you like that pair?
The reason I like the Euro JPY pair is due to the fact that I used to be in the military and I lived and I've been to these countries. I've been to Japan. I've been to Europe. I've been to India. I've been to Brunei, Dubai, Singapore, Thailand, all these different things. I know they're like how they go on holidays, when not to trade, when to trade with Euro Japan, like the Cherry Blossom Festivals. Everybody from Europe goes to Japan for that. Knowing different things like that, knowing that, you know, how they fluctuate their money, the part of the government, like actually seeing things in practice and in play. Though, and I've been to Japan longer. I lived in Japan for 5 years, so that's why I choose this pair due to the fact that I've been there. So that's why I like to do that. Like I know when like Nike is going to drop a shoe over there because I lived over there so long. Like the times that they do that, what's that's going to do? People are going to go ahead and spend money. So since they're going to spend money, I know that they're going to go ahead and around the Cherry Blossom Festival, they drop a pair of J's that's specifically for that country. So since I know that, why not use that information?
Sure.
You don't believe me? Okay. We're not going to look at this year. We're going to look at last year. As you see at the bottom of the screen, you see the months. All right. Between April and May, it's like this, and it lowers in June because everybody either is going back to school. In April, people are on vacation in Japan. I know that for a fact because that's their 2 week. That's called Golden Week, due to the fact that they actually take vacation and that's their time from school. So it goes up in April. And after the Cherry Blossom Festival, it slowly goes down because people are going back to school because they go to school all year round. All year round and vacate. So when the summer months, everybody likes to go to the beach. So it keeps the market up because everybody's spending money around the summertime. You got people, Japan is nice and warm. People are spending a lot of money in the economy. Europe, everybody's leaving Europe, going to Japan because it's really nice versus always being like going up and down and being cold. Knowing these different things is important. 2019 had the government, our economy affected the entire world. It dropped in January and was low in February and March. Usually that's not usually how it is in Japan. So let's go to the year before. Again, April and May. Look at it. April and May. Beginning of the year, I'm talking about huge sales between December and February. Huge sales. Because they're trying to get rid of that. That's also when the car market is starting to come in. So it peaks it up. It builds it back up every single year. So let's go back again. There's that April, May. April 2000, what is that? 2017. It hit a huge low point. And I do believe that there was hold on a second. I do believe that 2017 Japan.
I like FX book. I was checking out the news for FX book, and this is exactly what I'm looking for.
Sweet spot, GDP growth.
Oh, let me make my tea.
Go ahead. 2015 up till 2017, they were in a low crisis, and they were recovering. So yeah, between 2015 and 2017, export demand as you did in 2017. It lowball. So we had 2015. It started fluctuating a lot more in 2015 and dropping, and it was building back up to in 2018. The gross domestic products. So that's why it was low. Let me get back to my screen. And then went back up in May. And that's what it's all about. It's like learning about your peer. That's how you're going to get success. Learning about your peer. Well, guys, that's all we're going to have time for today. I want to say thank you for tuning in, because it's always about giving value and content to the viewers, not us. We gain value due to the fact that we keep doing this every day. We keep pushing, we keep grinding. We work on our craft just for you to be able to know what you're doing. Yo, I'm telling you, I'm getting in this pair today. I'm going to slowly let this pair come in because, yo, I'm letting you know, there's money to be made in this market. There's money to be made in this market. I'm telling y'all, like, wow, just the 30-minute. Looked up. Yo, like, look how it is. I'm going to look for a strong pullback when it goes up, and then I'm going to get in. Just like this one, and it shot down. It's on the downtrend, y'all. Get in where you fit in, baby. Get in where you fit in, baby. All right, God bless. Peace out, y'all.
All right, cool. So you still recording?
Yep, I'm about to.